Wow. How's everybody doing?
Right. Good.
Is it hot in here?
Yes.
It's about to get hotter. So, buckle your seatbelts. Everybody got their seatbelts buckled?
Yep.
Yeah.
Man, I've been back there very, very proud listening to, Sam, listening to Justin, listening to Joseph, and it's just such a humbling experience to be sharing the stage with these gentlemen. I remember when they were new in the industry, fairly new in the industry. I remember meeting Justin at, what was it? What restaurant was it?
Like Applebee's.
Like an Applebee's, right? And I was talking to him, and he was in his CarMax shirt.
Yeah.
He's selling cars. And then seeing him go from that to going full-time network marketing, tremendous leader, him and his incredible wife, has just been an incredible blessing. Seeing Joseph go from retiring his wife to retiring himself and doing this business full-time, traveling all over the United States and all over the world to build this business from where he was before, working 70, 80 hours a week at a car dealership. Is that incredible or what?
Yeah.
And everything San has done as well. Let's give these gentlemen a round of applause, please. I'd like to share a little bit of my story so we're not complete strangers. Is that okay?
Yes.
Is that okay?
Yes.
All right. Who wants to make a lot of money? Say aye.
Aye.
Here's the first tip I'm going to give you to making a lot of money. You want to have a tremendous amount of energy all the time.
Yep.
Write this down for your notes. A winner and a champion has a great day no matter what.
Yes.
If I give Joseph or Jay Will or Win with San a call, and I'm like, hey, what's up, bro? And they say anything other than everything, rocking, baby, I don't talk to them. If I call them and I'm like, hey, what's up? What do most people say when you say what's up?
It's all right.
That's all right.
It's all right, nothing much, hanging in there. Can we agree that's the case?
Yes.
Don't say that anymore. Don't say nothing much, because here's my question to you. Can you afford for nothing to be up?
Nope.
Can you
No.
afford for nothing to be up?
No.
No, right? So why would you say nothing? Because there's power in the word. Can we agree?
Yes.
There's power in the subconscious mind. So what's up? Everything, baby, rocking and getting better. We always have, even when you talk to your other friends that are not involved in the business, what's up? Everything. It throws them off. They're like, They do the Scooby-Doo. They're like, what do you mean everything? They never heard nobody. None of my girlfriends say everything. Here's what they say. Oh, getting by. Another day. I don't know about you, but I don't want to live my life saying stuff like, another day, getting by, it's okay. So that's one of the first things that I'm going to give to you. So even whenever we're doing a presentation like this, whether it's a presentation or a training, I always give the advice. And all of the people that are trained, they always have a great day no matter what. And they always have high energy. Is that fair?
Yes.
So I'm going to give you 100% energy today. And the only thing that I ask in return is you give me 100% back. Is that cool?
Yes.
Because here's what people say, 50-50, right?
Yep.
No, it's 100-100. Is that
Yep.
okay?
Yes.
Because we want to go above and beyond what everybody else expects. And if you want to achieve above and beyond results, you got to do stuff that are above and beyond. Is that cool?
Yes.
Awesome. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'm 33 years old. 2 days ago, I turned 33 years old. So I'm excited. Happy birthday to me, right? And I was born in Mexico, brought to this country at age 6. So when I was brought to this country at age 6, my mom left an abusive relationship in Mexico. Okay, came to this country for about a year and a half. Okay, about a year and 9 months. Okay, and started working in downtown Los Angeles in the garment district. We stayed with our grandma in Mexico for almost 2 years. And then she finally saved up enough money to get my younger brother Louis and I to come to this country. So then when we finally made it to this country, we said, wow, this is, finally, that was the best day of my life next to the day that my son was born. Okay? So I remember seeing my running up to her and seeing one of the parking stalls, because it was a big old apartment complex in in Los Angeles. And I remember seeing the parking stall and saying to myself, don't trip over that when you jump over it to hug your mom. I remember that specifically. So now I've got 2 brothers. One of my brothers was born here, so we call him the American, right? Because me and my brother Louis were born in Mexico. But see, that was the happiest day next to my mom being born, and next to my son being born. But what happened was this, that I always saw my mom work 2 or 3 jobs, and in addition to that, sell Herbalife products, sell Mary Kay products, sell Avon products. She was always involved in some kind of network marketing company. At 10 years old, I used to go with her to opportunity meetings like this, and I was a kid in the back at 10 years old drawing circles on a piece of paper while she was drawing circles on the chalkboard in the front of the room.
Hello.
But I always saw my mom struggle. Now, I asked her, why do you work so much, Mom? You already have a job. What do you work these businesses for in addition to the job? She says, son, because if I want to give you and your brothers the life that you deserve, it's not going to happen through a job. It's not going to happen by working for somebody else. So that taught me a lot. I said, okay, and I just took whatever my mom said, I believed it. Does that make sense?
Yes.
I just knew that's my mom saying it, so that has to be the truth. So at 18 years old, I graduated from high school, and then all my friends are getting a job or they're going to college. So I go and I try to get a job. At 18 years old, however, I still didn't have a social security number. So I go to get a job, and they say, you can't get a job here, okay, because you are illegal. You don't have a social security number. I said, dang, okay. So I had to work little odd jobs here and there, get paid under the table type of deal. Then a lot of my friends are going to college, and they're getting student loans, and they're not using the money for school. They're using it to travel, to things like that, right? But nevertheless, you know, they signed up for school. So I said, that's what I've been told since I was in elementary school, to get good grades, to study hard, to graduate, and then eventually you get a good high-paying what? Job. So then what happened is I go to school. Hey, I'm here to, you know, come to school to study. I'm here to get one of these student loans they're talking about. They said, well, you don't qualify for a student loan. You've got to pay for your books. You got to pay for you got to pay for everything. I said, well, how can I do that? I can't even get a job. How do you expect me to come up, right? If I can't pay, I can't get a job to pay for these loans. So this is right around September 11. I graduated in 2001 from high school. So somebody says to me, if you go to the military, they'll take you, they'll send you to war, but you'll get your papers. I said, done. So I go to a Marine Corps station. I said, I want to sign up. I want to be a Marine, because I like the Marines, right? So I wanted to become a Marine. And I had just won a world title in karate. So I was in shape, and I was, you know, I like that. I like everything that had to do with combat. So I go to them. I say, I want to, you know, join the Marines. And they say, you can't join the Marines. You're illegal. We can't help you. I'm sorry. I said, what do you mean you can't help me? They told me that you guys, they said, no, we can't do that anymore. I was willing to go wherever they were going to send me, because I wanted to set myself up to be able to retire my mom. My goal was to retire my mom. I didn't know how I was going to do it. I just knew it can't be harder than winning a world title. That was my mindset. Does that make sense? Yes. I broke my nose and fractured my ankle to win a world title. I said, this can't be harder than that. So I'll figure it out. So they say no to me. Then a friend of mine, Robert Vasquez, as a matter of fact, he just commented on my Facebook on my status on Facebook for my birthday. Robert Vasquez, at 18 years old, invites me to a Starbucks. When I go to the Starbucks, he says, they introduced me to network marketing. So I stopped them. I said, hey, well, let me ask you something real quick. Can I do this even though I don't have a social security number? They say, yes, you can. You can get a tax ID number, and you can do this business. I said, done, show me. And they show me, they draw circles on a piece of paper. This is in September 2001, the end of September. And I said, I'm done. This is what I'm going to do. I could make this residual income you guys are talking about, get paid for the work I did one time, over and over and over, and I can make that kind of money? And I met an 18-year-old that was making $5,000 a week. How many of you guys think that's pretty decent money?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll pay for the groceries a little bit. All right? So, and more, right? So at 18 years old, this guy was making $5,000 a week. I said, if this dude could do it, I could do it. So I made a decision to get started. At age 18, I wrote down on my goals, retire my mom on or before the age of 30. They taught me how to set my goals. And I set a lot of goals. One of them was to get a Corvette, which I ended up buying in cash, and then a bunch of other things that happened. But the number one goal was to retire my mom, be on or before the age of 30. Now, keep in mind, this is a kid that didn't have a social security number. I didn't learn to read and write till the 5th grade, read and write till the 5th grade. I was in special ed classes till the 10th grade. So needless to say, I wasn't voted most likely to succeed. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But here's what happened though. I paid attention to these mentors. I started doing the personal development. I started listening to people that had what I wanted. And I started following a system in this business. I saw light at the end of the tunnel. So I didn't retire my mom by the age of 30. It happened by the age of 26. By the age of 26, I went to my mom. I said, Mom, she used to work for some rich lady in Beverly Hills, cleaning her house. He paid very little money. And the lady would literally follow her around the house, make sure she cleaned every single piece, like 12, 14-hour days, okay? Then here's what happens. I go to her and I say, Mom, you don't have to go to work tomorrow. She said, what do you mean, son? I have to go to work. I said, no, you don't have to go to work tomorrow. I got you. As a matter of fact, you don't have to go to work ever again. Welcome to the rest of your life.
Nice. Nice.
That was 7 years ago now. 7 years ago. So if somebody says, here's the deal though, when I got started in the industry, my friends were telling me that don't ever work. They were saying, that's a scam. They say, you're wasting your time. How many of you guys have people tell you that?
Yep.
Let me tell you something. If most of the people that you're around think that you are wrong for doing what it is that you're doing, you're probably doing the right thing.
Hello.
I'm telling you right now, if you want to fail, follow the masses.
Yep.
If you want to fail in anything, follow the masses. If you want to fail in your fitness, look what everybody's doing, go do that.
Yep.
If you want to fail in your finances, look what everybody's doing and go do that.
Yep. Come on.
But see, here's a clue. If you don't, then do the opposite of what they're doing.
That's right.
Because if you want to fail, go follow the masses. See, but my friends, when I was 18 years old and all the way till now, actually, they haven't told me that for a lot of years. They haven't told me that I'm wasting my time no more. Right? But in the beginning, here's the deal. When they were out partying, I was at a Saturday training.
Yep.
Hello.
Yes,
Hello. Hello.
See, when I was studying, they were watching TV.
Yes, sir.
You see, when they were out there, when I was soaking up ideas in an event like this, they were soaking up the sun.
Hello.
When they were making love, well, I was doing that too. I'm not gonna lie. That's my boy right there. All right? He got his looks from his mom, right? Thank God. But see, here's the deal though. They don't say that no more. Because somebody at the end of the day is going to end up telling you, I told you so. Somebody's going to say, I told you so. Either they're going to tell you, I told you so.
Yes.
Or your results will say, I told you so.
That's right.
Yep.
How many of you guys want that second option?
Yep.
That's right.
To the point where they're like this, damn, I can't say nothing to this person
That's
no more.
right.
Some of your friends will delete you from social media.
Facts.
Yes.
They'll be envious of the lifestyle that you now live.
Yep.
They say, that's the dude that I used to tell he's wasting his time.
Yes.
Hello.
And here's the deal, you're always going to be a gentleman, you're always going to be a lady. You're never going to say, I told you so. See, one day I go and I have a meeting, right, in the city that I grew up, Southgate, California, and the meeting canceled, they postponed. So a friend of mine had invited me to hang out at Buffalo Wild Wings or something like that. It's called Wing House. They sell buffalo wings and beer, people watch, it's like a sports bar. I said, I can't do that, man, I got meetings to do. I'm focused, right? But the meeting canceled, and I said, you know what? I was already in the area, and I had 2 hours before my next meeting. I said, why not? So I show up. I had a Ferrari. I show up there, and I remember when I show up, a bunch of the guys that I grew up with were all there. They were on their work clothes. They had got out of work, and right after their work, they went to the spot to have some drinks and have some wings, right? And I was driving, and I was working, so I didn't have any drinks. I had an Arnold Palmer, 70% lemonade, easy ice. Even on my drinks, I know exactly what I want.
Hello.
If you want to make a lot of money, you got to know exactly what you want.
Yep.
You can't just say, I want to make a lot of money. See, a lot of money to you is different than Bill Gates.
Hello.
To say, hey, I want a lot of money is like going to a restaurant and saying, I want some food.
That's right.
Well, what kind of food would you like? Right? You got to be specific, right?
Yep.
Even my Arnold Palmer. I like an Arnold Palmer, please. 70% lemonade, easy ice. Thank you. I know exactly what I want with everything that I want. So here's what happened. I show up there, and they're all right. There's a bunch of tables, and then I'm dressed very sharp, and it just happens like this. Things always turn out the way I want them to turn out. Right in front, right where they could see, I parked my red Ferrari, tan interior convertible, right? And it's right there. Cool, so I parked there. Then I see them all looking, and they pretend like they ain't see.
Right.
You know what I mean? Then I get off, I'm like, hey, what's up, man? And I say hi to my friend Jose, who invited me. And then they're like, kind of like, oh, hey, what's up, bro? What's up? Right? These are the same guys that would talk. Matter of fact, they would call each other. Hey, JC's going to call you about some pyramid deal. Don't answer his call.
Yes.
He's doing this scam. Don't answer his call. They would do that. They would talk about me behind my back. Which I respect more if you talk to me in front of me, not to my back.
Hello.
Right? So here's the thing though, then I'm hanging out and I'm talking, then I gotta go, right? They're all hanging out and having some drinks and stuff. Then I tell the waitress, I go to the restroom before I leave, I tell the waitress, here's my card, that table, it's on me.
Yes.
They don't know this. So then at the end I say goodbye to them, and right as they're all splitting it, they're all saying, all right, so let's get
How much?
They couldn't split it, right? They couldn't split it, so they had to get the check and all split. So then they're like arguing amongst each other. And I'm like, all right, see you guys later. So I'm walking out. I hear the waitress tell him, oh no, that gentleman that just walked away paid for your guys' thing.
Yes.
Then I get in the Ferrari and I take off. Bam! Right? Now here's the deal. It wasn't planned like that, but it just happened that way.
Like that.
Because one of the things that I've come to find out is that even when things aren't going your way, if you cultivate gratitude,
Yes.
that is one of the fast ways for you to achieve. Because see, our Maker didn't put those desires in us that we want to tease us.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes.
See, if you want to live in a certain place, drive a certain safer car for your family, move your family to a different zip code, for whatever or travel the world, whatever your desires are, donate, X amount of money to your church, whatever your desire is, Your creator didn't put that in you to tease you.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
The fact that you've got that desire
Yes, sir.
Yes.
is that you can achieve those things.
Yes.
That's why. See,
Hello.
the thing is this. Here's a trick. You don't have to wait in line to get those things.
Yep.
While everybody else is asking for permission, you
Bam!
take it.
Bam!
Yes, sir.
You step up and take it. See, go work on a Saturday. Go work. Go to church on Sunday, and then go to work.
Hello.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Go pay the price. Go, because here's the deal. What are most people doing on Saturday? They're hanging out. They're sleeping in late, and they're hanging out. Not us though.
That's right.
See, we're at a Saturday training. Are most people doing this?
No.
Then you know you're doing the right thing.
Hello.
That's what you gotta see. See what everyone's doing, and don't do that. Do something else. And that's one of the things that is something called the win formula. And right after the win formula, I'm gonna talk about strictly recruiting. How many people want to learn how to recruit?
Yes.
Yes, I know how to recruit, and because of that, recruiting in any business pays a lot of money. Every major team recruits, don't they?
Yep.
Yeah, college teams, big sports teams, the NBA, the NFL, they all recruit.
Hello.
So should you learn how to recruit?
Yes.
How many people in here have a spouse?
Yep.
You recruited that person, didn't you?
Yep.
Oh yeah.
That's right.
I see Joseph. Joseph's a phenomenal recruiter. His wife is beautiful. With all due respect, he's a great recruiter. My wife is beautiful. I'm a great recruiter. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because if we weren't that good, we wouldn't have pulled that off. Does that make sense? Neither could this guy.
Pound that.
You know what I mean?
Let me get some.
But here's the reality, ladies and gentlemen. The WIN formula. So I want you to write this down. The WIN formula. That's an acronym. The W stands for willing. You've got to be willing. Willing for what? You got to be willing to pay the price. You got to be willing to be uncomfortable. You've got to be willing to take it on the chin from time to time. To be unpopular from time to time. You've got to be willing to take notes. You've got to be willing to show up, because 90% of success is just showing up. 90% of success is just showing up.
Hello.
I know that sometimes I don't want to go to the gym, but I know once I'm there, I'm going to get my work on it. I just show up, and it's going to happen. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So you've got to be willing to pay the price. You've got to be willing to listen to your mentors. Because it doesn't make sense in this business for anybody to tell you stuff that's not going to work.
Right.
The success is not success without successors.
Hello.
So in this business, we simply help other people become successful and achieve the things that they want to achieve, and that allows us to make more money. Is that cool?
Yes.
See, in our compensation plan, if I help 3 people get their membership for free, I hit the 500 club.
Hello.
Now, what if I help them succeed even more? If I help my 3 people, 1, 2, 3, hit the 500 club, what do I get? 1,000 club. If I help them get to the 1,000 club, what do I get? 2,000 club. And if I just duplicate that, I go all the way up to the 50,000 club.
Hello.
So you just have to have the philosophy of success is not success without what?
Successors.
Successors. So the W stands for willing. The I stands for 2 things. The I stands for initiative. You've got to take the initiative. Okay? You've got to take the initiative to go out there and go after it. You got to take the initiative to talk to people, to do more meetings, to show the plan, to show up. So the I stands for initiative. The I also stands for inspire. A leader inspires. Now, here's the thing though. You don't have to have the results to inspire. Now, do results inspire? Yes. But in the beginning, you're not going to have the results. But guess what could inspire people? Your relentlessness. Your
Hello.
determination. How much you show up. How much you try. The simple thing of coming to an event and looking sharp. Where people know, listen, this guy's going somewhere with or without me. I'd rather him go with me than without me.
Hello.
So your relentlessness, your laser focus inspires people. And then the last one, the N, stands for never ever quit.
Hello.
Now you're going to lose from time to time, and here's the thing. Here's what champions do. Write this down. Winners either lose or we learn. That's it. Excuse me. We either win or we learn. See, sometimes when we don't get the outcome, that was a learning experience. I paid for a lesson. But see, there's a difference between temporarily losing and being defeated. Being defeated is a choice. Losing something that happens, it's not a loss, it's a learning experience. So that's a win formula. Never, ever quit. So with that, so let's go to the first slide on this PowerPoint. And we're going to go ahead and get this training started. So the training for today that I'm going to do, and I'm going to just get right into recruiting. I'm going to just get into the how-tos of how to recruit because we're short on time. Is that okay?
Yes.
How many people in this room want to learn how to recruit? Say aye.
Aye.
All right, sounds good. So let's go ahead and click it a few times. Okay. So with warm-up market prospects, okay. So I'm going to show you a couple of different invites, okay. Just a couple things pretty much what you're going to say when you're inviting people, okay? So obviously we know about we've got to make our whys, we've got to make our list, okay? I know that a lot of people in this room already have some experience, some people maybe don't, so we want to make sure that we get you to basic training as soon as possible. But right now, okay, let's go ahead and put the slide up, please. But right now what we're going to do is we're going to focus on how to invite. Is that okay?
Yes.
So here's one of my favorite invites when I talk to people, okay? If I'm talking to somebody like, let's say for instance, Joseph, who was a business person before, this very successful guy. One of my favorite things to ask him is this, like for instance, it says here, you've been wildly successful, okay? Let's back it up a little bit. So you've been wildly successful, okay, and I really respect your opinion. Would you look at something for me? And then this one that I'm gonna show you right now is a little bit different. But one of the ways that I like to recruit people, especially people that are like entrepreneur-minded people, is this. Let me ask you something, Joseph. If 20 years ago you know what you know now about Starbucks and you had the opportunity to have invested, would you have done it?
Heck yeah.
Okay, great. I got something bigger than Starbucks. When can we get together?
Boom.
Now, ask me, what is it?
What is it?
Like I told you, I got something I got to show you. I can't show you over the phone. Let's get together for about 15 minutes and I'll give you 100% information.
sir.
Is that fair?
Nice, fair.
See, thank you. Can we do it again? Okay. See, here's a couple tips about recruiting. First of all, I highly advise you recruit people over the phone. Now, when you're calling people with the intention to get a decision. Okay, that's. Can we get it one more time? When you're calling people to get a decision. That's pretty much it. I don't worry about the outcome when I'm making a phone call to somebody. All I worry about is, has he made the decision to show up and check out what it is that I've got?
Yep.
I'm not recruiting them right there on the phone.
Right.
It's first base is get him to sit down for me to show him the information. That's all I'm doing when I'm recruiting people. And write this down. Some will, some won't. So what next?
Yep.
Some people will be open, some people won't be open, and that's okay. That's why you want to make a list of at least 100 people. Here's a mistake most people make, especially when they're new. They make a list of 10, 15, 20 people. Then if 5, 10 people say no, then they're like, oh man, I don't have a lot of people to talk to. No, how many Facebook friends do you have? You've got plenty of people to talk to.
Right.
How many contacts on your cell phone? You've got plenty of people to talk to. But remember, most people feel a little bit of uncomfort, and then they go back into their comfort zone. They're not willing to get outside of their comfort zone. Remember, if you want to fail, follow the masses. So always ask yourself, would the average person be willing to do this right now? No. Awesome, I'm doing the right thing. That's got to be your philosophy. Whenever you feel a little bit uncomfortable, a little bit of fear, that is a sign to go out there and execute ASAP. And if you do that, it's like developing a muscle. It just happens automatically. Whenever I feel something that's uncomfortable, I'm like, boom, I just go and I do it. I get it done. Then eventually, what was uncomfortable now becomes the new comfortable.
Hello.
Now whenever I'm comfortable, I'm uncomfortable. Like if I'm just chilling out of my comfort zone, I'm like, I don't like this feeling. I'm not being productive. I'm not being a champion. This is not what champions are made of. So that's that. Now, what used to make me uncomfortable makes me very, very comfortable. Okay? Man, this thing is hard to read.
Yeah, it doesn't pull up the light words.
Yeah, I know. You have an amazing mind for business, okay? And can see things that other people don't see. So that's an opening line for inviting somebody. Let's go to the next slide. That's an opening line to inviting somebody to see the business, okay? You have an amazing mind for business and can see things that most people can't see. Are you open to a second stream of income? Okay? Are you open to a second stream of income? Or do you keep your income options open? So what I'm pretty much doing is I'm pretty much paying a compliment to somebody. Okay, and then by paying the compliment to somebody, then I go and I tell them pretty much what it is that I'm doing. If I call a business person, okay, I don't mind going straight to the point. So let's say, for instance, Joseph and I work for different companies, right? Or let's say he just works, selling cars or selling real estate. And I know that I'm calling him for business, and I haven't talked to him in a long time. I like to be very direct. I ask him, Joseph, do you have 5 minutes for a business call? Do you have 5 minutes for a business conversation? Then he says, yes, I do, or no, I don't, and we reschedule. Because here's one of my pet peeves when I'm calling people, or when people call me. I got somebody I haven't talked to in 4 months, 5 months. All of a sudden they call me, and then they're doing small talk. Oh, how's the family? How's this? How's that? And I know that the reason why they're calling me is to talk about business.
Right.
So I cut to the point, bro. You're not really calling me to ask how my family is. You're calling for business. So when they call me, they say something like, hey, do you have 5 minutes for a business conversation? Or they send me a text. I say, yeah, now I know. Sounds good. You're calling me for business. Let's talk some business. Does that make sense, guys?
Yeah.
And professionals appreciate that stuff. How many people in this room want to recruit some professionals? Say aye.
Aye.
Okay, great. Guess what? If you recruit professionals, I highly encourage it. Here's why. Because do professionals know other professionals?
Yeah.
Does your broke cousin know other broke people?
Oh,
Yes.
Guess what most people do? They get comfortable and they recruit their broke friends and family members.
Yes.
Because it's easier to recruit them.
Right.
Here's what you want to do. Write this down. Recruit up.
Recruit up.
Yes.
Bam.
Recruit up. Because here's what you got. You got the 1s, 5s, and 10s. You are a 5. I'm a 5 in this training. We're all 5s. Our 5s are our peers. Our 1s are the people that look up to us. Those are the easy ones to recruit. And then our 10s are people that we look up to. You follow me? That's who you want to recruit your 10s. Now, I'm not saying not to recruit your 1s or not to recruit your 5s. Go ahead and recruit those. But don't just recruit those, because if you just keep recruiting 1s, guess who they're going to recruit? Ones. And their 1s.
Yeah.
And then they'll recruit their 1s. Before you know, you got a homeless dude coming in here sitting down for a meeting. Now, there's nothing wrong with that. That's okay. One of my things that I want to do, I want to recruit somebody that's homeless and show them how to not be homeless through a network marketing business. Does that make sense?
Yep.
That way, nobody ever has any excuse. But most people, they're afraid to make the phone calls. Like the phone weighs 100 pounds when it's time to call those heavy hitters, those professional people. So one of the things that I encourage you to do is recruit up. Get outside of your comfort zone. So here's a basic training on recruiting anybody. How many of you guys want a simple way to recruit anybody? Okay, write this down. It's 3 steps. Number 1, write this down. 15 minutes. Just write down 15 minutes. Number 2, may or may not be interested. And number 3, show. Just write show. I'm going to explain what all this means. By the way, how many people in here want to make $1 million? Raise your hand if you want to make $1 million. If you're not writing this information down or texting it to yourself, you're kidding yourself.
Hello.
One of the things, you're either going to love me, or you're going to really not like me.
Yes, sir.
Because I'm going to be super raw like sushi. Okay?
Love it.
I shoot from the hip. So I want to make $1 million, JC. I want to drive a Maserati. I want to, travel the world. You weren't even taking those at training, bro.
Right.
You show up to training when it's comfortable. If you stayed out last night, you don't show up to training. That's not somebody that wants to make that wants to make a lot of money. So I would highly encourage you to take some notes. At the very least, text yourself, but always have a notepad. Here's the thing: if you really want to make a ton of money in this business, build a residual income, and eventually be able to do whatever you want with whoever you want for as long as you want, you have to have bigger vision than that. For instance, how about having a bunch of notepads that you've got from your early days? Like, for instance, me, I've got notepads when I was broke. Some of these notepads have tear marks on them, like wet parts on them. There's wavy. You know when paper gets wet, it gets a little wavy? I've got a bunch of notepads like that. Why? When I was broke, but I was still at training, I would borrow $7 and gas money to show up to training. That's why I don't apologize for nothing that I've got.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Because I know the price that it took. I could be up here for 3 hours just telling stories. Just telling stories. So that's why when I see that people are not really taking notes, I'm like, do you really want to be successful? Do you really want this to work for you? So with that said, let's get back to the invitation. 15 minutes, show, may or may not be interested. Or the other way around, doesn't matter. You'll see that it doesn't matter right now. So let me do an invite. Okay, let's say I invite Justin. Oh, where's Justin at? Let's say I invite San. Okay, he's working the PowerPoint, got it. Let's say I invite San. Ring, ring.
Hello.
San, what's up, brother?
Oh, man, everything's up.
Everything awesome, bro. Listen, I know you're busy, and I'm a busy guy too. Here's another tip. Whenever you call people, be in a hurry.
Yeah.
Be in a hurry. You don't have a lot of time to talk. You got to get off the phone fast. So I let them know ahead of time. Listen, Sam, I don't have a lot of time to talk, and I know you're very busy. I respect your time, bro. But the reason why I'm calling you is this. I want to see when you have 15 minutes, because I got something important I want to show you. And by the way, it may or may not be for you. Done. Now check this out. You can't even mess it up. I'm going to go backwards. Here's the deal, Sam. I don't have a lot of time to talk. I know you're very busy, right? But here's the deal. I got something very important I want to show you. It may or may not be for you, and it'll only take 15 minutes.
Hello.
No matter how you say it, you can't mess it up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Hey, listen, Sam, this may or may not be for you. It's going to take about 15 minutes, and I got to show it to you. How soon can we meet? Let's have a coffee, bro. Does that mean, how many people can do that? Simple. Did I tell them about trading stocks or forex?
No.
Did I tell them about the 500 club?
No.
Financial fitness? No. Now ask me, Sam, what's it about?
What's it about?
Like I told you, bro, I don't have a lot of time, and I know you're very busy. Why don't we sit down and have some coffee? Maybe, Imperial in Atlanta, Starbucks. Let's sit down and have, what works better for you, today, this afternoon, or this evening? This evening sounds good. You think it's 6 or 7? Let's do 6:15, bro. I want to make sure I'm not late.
All right.
By the way, here's another tip. The 15 and the 45 mark, people tend to get there on time. For some reason, the 15 and the 45 mark gets people there more on time. Notice that doctors always say show up for the 15 and the 45. Okay? And it makes you look more professional, too. Let's do, you know what? Let me look at my planner. Yeah, right. I'm not even looking at my planner. You know what? Let's do 6:15, bro. Let's do 6:15. I want to make sure I make it on time. Then they show up, they're at 6:10. I'm dead serious, man. Try it. Try and set up for 6, then try and set up for 6:15. The 6:15 people will show up more on time than the 6 o'clock people. I'm absolutely serious. And notice when I set up the appointment, you always give them 2 options. What works better for you, Monday or Tuesday? Tuesday, awesome. Were you thinking morning or evening? No, I work during the day. Evening works best. You know what? Evening works for me on Tuesday as well. That's why I mentioned evening. Sounds good. Were you thinking 6 or 7 o'clock? No. You know what? It's got to be at least 7:30. Hold on. Let me check my plan. How about 7:45? Yes. I'll see you there at 7:45. This Starbucks or that Starbucks? That Starbucks. Done. It's like you got them in the middle of the room. What works better for you, Monday or Tuesday? Tuesday. Sounds good. Morning or evening? Evening. 7 o'clock or 7:30? 7:30. Bam, you got them. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
You set up the appointment. Just like whenever you do a presentation. Whenever we do a presentation, afterwards it's GTC time. Write that down. GTC. That means get the cash, get the credit card, get the check. Soon as I do a presentation's over, I turn to my prospect. I ask them, pretty good stuff, huh? They say, yes. What did you like best? The money. Me too. Okay? Let's go ahead and get you started. Do you want to take care of that with, cash or credit card? Credit card. Sounds good. Let's get you started. What name, what address do you want your checks mailed to? And what name do you want on your checks? And, well, my name. Sometimes I ask, what name do you want on your checks, bro? Or you want my name? I just chuckled a little bit, right? So no, my name. Sounds good. Then I fill out the application for them, or I sign up on the computer. I do it. I take the initiative. Jim Rohn says, if you want the best chance to succeed, don't leave it to chance.
Hello.
Does that make sense?
Yep.
So guess what? Don't be lazy. Take your iPad, take your computer, your laptop, and you go on your website and train them. Here's how you sign somebody up. Let me show you. Boom. I'm going to show you signing you up. All sounds good. Boom. And you do it. Boom. And you're training them at the same time that you're recruiting them.
Yep.
See how that works? That's how it works. So how many of you guys got that 15 minutes show? May or may not be interested. Simple, right? Okay. So I'm going to get into a couple of other invitations that we use that are very, very simple to recruit people, okay? So I want you to write this down. Whenever you're calling people, okay, as we mentioned earlier, your job is simply to get a decision. A decision for what? For them to show up. You are the messenger. You are not the message. You got that?
Yes, sir.
You are the messenger. You're not the message. So let's say, friends, I've got Joseph, and I know that Joseph wants a Mercedes. A new Mercedes, right? Because he does. He's getting a new Mercedes soon. Okay? Very, very nice Mercedes. Actually, hope he doesn't get it because it's nicer than my car. Just kidding. I hope he gets it, right? But here's the thing. So let's say Joseph has that Mercedes. So I give him a call. Hey, Joseph, let me ask you something, right? Let's say, him and I are colleagues at work, right? And I ask him, hey, Joseph, let me ask you something. Remember you were talking about that Mercedes that you wanted to get?
Yes.
Well, how serious were you about getting that Mercedes?
Serious, bro.
Serious? What if I could show you in the next 4 to 6 months how to get that Mercedes? Would that interest you?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, we got to get together, bro. I got something I got to show you.
What is
Now,
it?
What is it? I just told you, bro. It's about showing you how to get your Mercedes. But I can't show you over the phone. Let's get together so I can show you. Or I can send him a video that piques his interest. One of the ways that I recruit the most is I have the videos do the heavy lifting for me. The tools do the heavy lifting for me. So there's a great 4-minute video that Wealth Generators has that I could send him. And when I send him that video, it piques his interest. Now he's either interested or he's not. So if he's interested and I sit down with him, there's a very, very high likelihood that the guy's going to sign up. Now, let's say, for instance, he's just not interested, he's not open to network marketing at all, and he sees that video, then guess what? It saves me an hour out of my day. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So my thing is this, if I got 10 people today that see that video, those 10 people, that video, let's say only 5 of them say, I'm interested, the other 5 say they're not interested or they don't reply. That's 5 potential hours that I'm saving in a presentation that I don't have to do. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Why? Because some will, some won't, so what? Next. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now, let's talk a little bit about cold market prospecting. How many people want to be able to recruit people that you don't know? Okay, so warm market is people that you know. Cold market is people you don't know. Okay? So there's a system on how to recruit cold market people. Now, here's the thing. You're going to start off with your warm market. I don't encourage you to go out there and recruit a bunch of cold market in the beginning. That's why you make your list of 100 people. Talk to all those people. Then afterwards, talk to people. This morning, we were getting some coffee, and Justin was prospecting some lady that sold Herbalife right there at the hotel room. When we got there, he was already getting her number.
Hello.
Does that make sense? Because guess what? That's getting outside of your comfort zone. So, number 1, okay? It'll come up right now. Number 1, you want to be confident and compliment. Okay? So if I meet Joseph, and I see him dressed like that, how he is, I don't know what he does, but I want to be confident and I want to compliment him. So one of the things that I say often is this, hey, you're the sharpest guy I've seen today, man. What do you do, bro? How many guys would like to get a compliment like that?
Yep.
Works every time. Imagine somebody goes up to you, hey, bro, you're the sharpest guy I've seen today. What do you do? I'm JC, by the way. Good to meet you, brother. What do you do, man? You look like a stockbroker or something.
Yeah, actually, I'm actually an entrepreneur. I just started a new business, you know. And you're a sharp person yourself, and I would love to work with you.
Awesome. See, so now second step is converse. So we started the conversation, and remember this: the one asking the questions controls the conversation. Write that down. The person asking the questions controls the conversation. Then you qualify, okay? So let me ask you. This might be a little bit of a shot in the dark, but do you keep your income options open?
Yes, sir.
Sounds good. Why don't we do this? I don't have a lot of time to talk, and this is not the time or place. Well, why don't we exchange contact information, and then I'll give you a call. We'll see what we can do. Is that fair?
Bam.
All right. Now I'm not promising anything, bro, but maybe we can do something.
Yeah.
Then I look down at my phone. I don't look at him. I look down at my phone and I ask him for the number. So what's your number, bro?
832.
832. Boom. And then I ask him for his number. And I'm looking down at my phone the whole time. I don't look at him until he starts telling me what his phone number is. Does that make sense?
Yes.
A great way for you to get somebody's number is this. I also let them know. Sounds good. Why don't we do this? Let's keep in contact. So you know what? I'm going to give you my number, okay? And I don't accept calls from numbers I don't recognize. So what number are you going to be calling me from?
Hello.
Does that make sense? Yeah. So when people are a little bit weird about giving you their number, that's a great way for you to get their number. I don't take calls from numbers I don't recognize. Right. So what number will you be giving me a call from? From your cell phone, I'm guessing? Sure. Sounds good. What's that number? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Like, am I confident when I'm doing that?
Yeah.
Absolutely. I go to a store a lot of times, and I see 2 guys behind the counter. I'm like, hey, man, which one of you guys is a better salesperson? And they start competing. I am. Well, I'll tell you what, man. I got to run, okay? I'm here shopping, and I'm a little bit in a hurry, but I don't have a lot of time to talk, but my company is actually expanding the area. We're looking for a couple of guys interested in making a 6-figure income. Would you guys happen to know anybody like that? What do you think they're going to say? Yeah, definitely. Does that make sense? And I say, well, I'll tell you what. Okay, sounds good. They say, yes, we are. Me. They say, me. Sounds good. Why don't we do this? Not going to promise you anything. I don't even know if you're going to qualify. See, now I'm taking it away from them. See, I'm not promising anything. I don't even know if you're going to qualify. But I'll tell you what. If you do qualify, you can probably pull some strings. Why don't we exchange contact information? I'm going to send you some information. And if all goes well, we'll sit down and meet in person. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Sounds good. Then what's your number, bro? I look down at my phone. I don't look up at him. And I get their number. Let's go to the next slide. That's when I close and I leave. And how many times a day could you do that?
A lot.
A lot of times.
A lot of times.
Now, next slide, please. Now, here's what you have to understand. What are the resources in business? Every business has different resources. If you have a print shop, what are some of your resources for that print shop? Paper, ink, printer, right? A bunch of machinery, stuff like that, right? The resources for our business, ladies and gentlemen, are people. And there are more people than there is money being printed. Does that make sense?
Yep.
There's a world of people out there. And there's always new people qualified to do the business. Because guess what? Are there people turning 18 years old every day? Yes. Are there people reaching retirement that are starting to worry about what their retirement years are going to look like?
Yep.
Yes. So guess what? There's plenty of people. The only question is this: how many of those people are you going to go out there and talk to? So here's one thing I want you to practice right now. I want